Hey Aries, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your full moon check-in, Aries, full moon in Taurus. Yesterday, November 5th, but the moon energy does last for at least up to 5 days after the full moon has culminated, but also before the full moon comes in. It is a very, very powerful supermoon and also positively aspected to Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, the planet of growth, ruled over Sagittarius. So it's coming in with that Sagittarian energy of exploration, of excitement, of fire. So let's see what's going on for you. Aries. I'm getting a feeling or a sense of a lull in creativity, Aries. It could just be the end of year burnout, or feeling like you pushed too hard. You could have been overexerting in the last couple of months, Aries, and that is your energy. It's a very, very powerful, strong, masculine fire energy. So when you do initiate anything, it is with a lot of intensity. So I am getting some feeling of burnout. Just remember to take your time to rest, Aries. Rest is just as important for productivity as action is. So you can be going full tilt for the whole day and achieve 50% of what you could have achieved if you just spent half that day regrouping, grounding, resting your energy. And that's the myth about productivity, is it doesn't equal hard work and effort all day long. I mean, obviously hard work is important, but that is not the sole ingredient for productivity. In fact, it should be joyful work, and that's really when we are our most productive. But let's see what's going on for you, Aries. Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and other strong placements. What messages of guidance do you have for the Aries collective around this full moon in Taurus? Only messages of love, light. Negative energy must leave the space now. Okay, Aries, let's see. I'm going to get the cards and then we'll see what's going on for you. Two of Swords energy. I think that's a repeat from the Scorpio season reading. Feeling like pulling back your energy maybe. There's a little bit of confusion, mental confusion. Needing a break. I feel like you need a holiday, Aries. Emotional fulfillment. So taking small steps here towards what makes you feel emotionally fulfilled and at peace. Hanged Man energy. This is the pause that I was talking about. You could be reframing your life, reframing goals at this time, Aries. And the moon, wow. The moon, card of Cancer, major arcana. So we've got two major arcana here, Pisces and Cancer. You could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces or Cancer. The bottom of the deck, manifesting. Yes, that's the energy that I was getting from you, Aries. But I am picking up a creative block. So this energy could be, the creative block that you are currently experiencing, especially when you're trying to manifest. Being stuck in your mind and not knowing the next step forward is not a good place to manifest from. So this could be leaving you feeling a little bit frustrated and impatient because the ideas just don't seem to be flowing. But what's actually happening here, Aries, is that, the overthinking is taking over your other energy centers. So your mental structures and your logic is kind of clouding your intuition when it comes to what you are trying to manifest here. Two of Swords energy is about confusion. It's about not knowing the next step forward, and it's also a little bit about not seeing or wanting to see clear messages that are coming through to guide you. And this could be for whatever reason. The not seeing could be that you are attaching to a specific outcome and you don't want to shift from that attachment. It could be a business idea that you're holding on to, that you are not sure how it's meant to evolve. I can relate to that. I am an Aries rising, so I am feeling this energy at the moment. And a little bit of self-doubt coming in here, Aries, is what I'm feeling. Maybe, what you have been manifesting is not really coming through for you at this time. But I'm feeling to tell you that it is, this time of the year. For many people, there is a kind of an energetic slowdown where people are kind of shifting out of productivity mode, feeling burnout, feeling the need to pull your energy back and just reserve your energy before the festive season begins, and maybe also anticipating the chaos that comes with the festive season, where there are a lot of energies involved and you have to kind of put yourself out there socially. And it's about reclaiming your sense of self-worth at this time, Aries. Because with the Two of Swords energy, I am picking up a doubt in your ability to bring forth your manifestations, and also in what you are manifesting. There's a little bit of a doubt there, and it comes from a sense of self-worth. Take this how it resonates. You could be feeling that you don't have the right skill set, or out of your depth with a certain situation. And so what they are saying, Aries, is it's time now just to reframe and regroup that feeling so that it doesn't overwhelm you. In order to feel the sense of joy again and freedom, and to spark your creativity again and your creative expression, Aries, you need to take some time out and also work on your boundaries at this time and be unapologetic about them. Especially if you have to isolate your energy for a little bit from people, places, things, in order to balance, in order to replenish what you have lost in the process of manifesting. I do feel like your manifestation in the last couple of months has been a lot of action, a lot of commitment, a lot of go, go, go. And to the point where you could feel a little bit burnt out here. So protect your energy, Aries. I'm getting Sagittarian energy here with these cards as well. But for your own emotional fulfillment, I think it's important not to doubt what you originally thought, the goal was towards this emotional fulfillment. Even though it might not be showing you the results that you would have wanted at this time, Aries. It's important to remember the original vision and remember why you chose to manifest what you are manifesting. You know, to go, I'm getting ideas, I'm getting creativity, I'm getting a sense of excitement that has somehow lost its novelty at this time, and it could very well just be your energy, Aries. So take some time out to spend time with people that replenish your energy, fill your cup, surround yourself with the energy of love, you know, spending time with loved ones, or just self-love, doing things that bring in self-love for yourself, Aries. And that takes a little bit of a pause. So you need to, and I'm getting very strongly that there's a shift that is needed, or a change of perspective that is needed about something in your life at the moment, Aries. And it's going to help you come out of this confusion energy. So Pisces energy, trusting your intuition, not staying stuck in your head about the situation, because that is not going to get you anywhere. In fact, there are no insights coming from the overthinking energy. The insights come from, and Pisces is the sign of intuition. The insights come from when you tap into your entire body, all your energetic senses, not just the mental faculties, and look at things from a different energetic perspective in order to move forward and remind yourself, you know, what is going to get you to the sense of complete emotional fulfillment. So definitely needing to bring in your intuition again here, Aries. And that, coupled with the full moon, is just confirming and amplifying the need for you to take some time out in order to listen to the messages that are coming in. Especially with full moon energy, what the full moon does is illuminate things that are unseen and things that are unconscious and subconscious within us that need to come to the surface to be recognized. And especially with the super moon energy, Aries, it is affecting you. Since you are next to Taurus in the zodiac as well, it is going to affect your energy quite deeply. So there could be some emotional processing going on for you right now as well, Aries. I just want to get some further cards from a different deck to clarify. But I think the main message for you, Aries, is some rest, some self-love energy, some reflection time. And not to be afraid. And the Page of Wands flipped over and is now on the floor, which is this energy. So it's reiterating the need to rest in order to bring back that spark of creativity that I feel you might have lost. And again, before I shuffle, the Magician is here as well. So it is definitely about your manifestations, Aries. Manifestation requires our full faculties, the availability of our full faculties, mental, emotional, energetic. And if we have, you know, a low sense of energy, and if we are overusing one of those elements, you know, like the mental faculty, overthinking a situation, it is going to hinder how we manifest what's coming towards us. Spirit, please and thank you. Can you please clarify? And as I'm shuffling, the Hanged Man flips over again. I love when Spirit double confirms the messages. Okay, why is the Two of Swords here for Aries? Okay, something about independence, about stepping into your power, your truth, about being seen. This could be some hesitation, and I just heard vulnerability hangover. This could be some hesitation because it's clarifying the Two of Swords. Hesitation about what you stand for and who you are. And this is why I was picking up the sense of self-worth that you could be doubting right now, Aries. Maybe because of a lack of movement in something that you expected to move quicker by now, or putting yourself out there and maybe not getting the response that you desired. But there's definitely something to do with self-worth. And what they are asking me to say to you, Aries, is, again, the intuition part is very important. So we can get stuck in our heads about where we have gone wrong, or mistakes, or failures, or regression in any way. But be kind to yourself, Aries. Be kind to yourself and open yourself up to what you are receiving intuitively. Try and step out of the headspace at this time, because you are going to spiral further into confusion and doubts about your self-worth if you stay stuck in mental energy. Why is the Seven of Wands here for Aries, please? There's something that, and this is what I was picking up, there's something that you are attaching to, Aries, that's causing the block in bringing forth new things into your space. And this is what happens when we hold on too tightly to one idea, to one person, to finances. It restricts the flow of energy in the space, and it restricts what comes in for us in terms of abundance, because we are literally closing off imagine holding a hose pipe tightly. It restricts the flow of water through that hose pipe. And this card is the Miser card. It's about holding on tightly to something. It doesn't have to be money, because in the card it represents the Pentacles, which is finances. It could be anything in the physical material world, even a relationship that you are resisting letting go of, even though you know it is not bringing in the emotional fulfillment, the life fulfillment that you want to bring in. But it's the idea of the thing that's keeping you attached. And it's also affecting this attachment is where, the pain comes from, suffering comes from, the Buddhist belief that all suffering comes from, attachment to things, because nothing is permanent. And when we are able to flow with the impermanence of, events, people, circumstances in our lives, it becomes a lot easier to stay centered and grounded in our self-worth. So think about what it is that you're holding on to, Aries, that needs to be released. And again, it's a little bit of this defensive energy that you have around this, whatever it is. What's important right now is to focus on your boundaries and to focus on just taking a step back from everyone's opinions about the situation, from your perceived reality about the situation. Because the Seven of Wands can also be about perception and illusion. And we can go so far into our perceptions that we, make them our reality, when the truth might just be something completely different. And those perceptions can then affect our sense of self-worth in the situation. So I think that is why the Hanged Man is here as well, Aries, is to ask you to look at whatever the situation is from a different perspective. Why is the Page of Wands here for Aries? Please and thank you. It's about emotional integration. So there's something about the emotions, card of Scorpio, king energy, fixed energy. There's something about fixing onto certain emotions, and maybe that's what's being stuck and not being released. Scorpio can tend to hold on to emotions and, stay stuck in a specific emotion or feeling. The King of Cups is about emotion. He doesn't always show his emotion. In fact, he withholds a lot of expression of emotion. What I'm getting from this card, Aries, is a similar energy to this, is that there's something you're being stubborn about in terms of emotional fulfillment and what you think your emotional fulfillment actually is versus the reality. And when you are able to release that emotion, you'll find your creativity will flow again. Why is the 10 of Cups here for Aries, please and thank you? And that's your major arcana, that's your card, Aries. So you need to balance out, because Cups energy tends to be feminine energy. The Emperor, major arcana, card of Aries, is about the masculine energy. It's about taking action, it's about fire, it's about control, and it's about relinquishing the sense of control, Aries. I think that's what's coming through in the reading, is an attachment and control of something that's preventing your emotional fulfillment. So it's about balancing this energy, because you can move into burnout if you spend too much of your time solely in masculine energy. It has to be balanced out with self-love, with receiving love, excuse me, and with receiving pleasure as well. And stepping more into emotional activities, emotional fulfillment in any way, so that you don't continue on this path of fiery action towards burnout. Why is the Hanged Man here? This is definitely affecting your creativity, Aries. The Hangman here, looking at things from a different perspective, consulting different people, in fact consulting wise counsel about the situation, people that have experience in the situation, that can provide you with insight into what your next step is. So don't isolate too much, Aries. Try and find the network or the connection that can help you shift perspective on things and remind you of your power and your worth as well. Why is the moon here? Only jumpers, please. Why is the moon here for Aries? Okay, a sudden unexpected realization or insight, Aries, is coming through with this full moon, and it might feel like it's earth-shattering. This is a card of Scorpio, a major arcana. It could feel like this is, kind of unraveling the whole foundation that you've set up or you've tried to manifest. But it will only unravel if the foundation to begin with was unstable. So just remember that, Aries, and this is how we also move away from that energy of attachment. If we are attaching to things that are not stable, and when they do come crashing down, it can be devastating for our psyche, for just our mental, emotional, physical health as well. So it's to allow the destruction in order to allow new creation, and not be too attached to what is being uncreated at the moment. To go with the flow of that energy. And I feel like as soon as you are able to just trust, and it does require trust and faith that whatever is happening for you right now is happening for your highest good, and to find the different perspective in it, and not to take it all on yourself, Aries, because that is what is affecting your sense of worth right now. So take some rest, Aries. Speak to wise counsel. Balance out that strong masculine energy with receiving and with love. And I'm sending you so much love. And if you'd like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. Sending love, Aries. Until next time.